Hello worm farmers! Welcome back to the Brown Homestead. My name is Sonia, I'm a volunteer here, and today we're going to talk about part 3 in our video series on vermicomposting or worm composting, which is the harvesting part. So we built the bin, we introduced the worms, we talked about feeding last time, and now we're going to talk about manures or poop. So the castings are basically, the poop. That was dumb. Okay, I am serious. So the worm castings are known to actually help your plants grow faster, increase your yields, and they're a natural pest repellent. As they feed on your food scraps, the worms will produce castings as well as nutrient-rich humus full of microbial activity. Worm waste is a very nourishing food for plants in your garden. However, it's very important to actually harvest the castings as they can be toxic to worms. It is manure after all. Your harvest will look similar to this. You should have a harvestable amount of castings after about 2 or 3 months. You'll actually notice a drop in the overall volume inside the bin. You'll also capture some leachate. So the leachate is just some brown liquid that you'll see in your little catch tray at the bottom there. When things break down, they just release liquid. Don't worry about it. It's totally normal. Hold on to it because it's also very nutrient rich as well. It'll also be harder to actually recognize the original bedding material, and the less recognizable it is, the closer you are to harvesting. These are all really good signs of a good working worm farm. Remember, just like when you're feeding them, they will always follow the food. So to harvest without disturbing your worms, you can feed them on the one side of the bin, give them some time for most of them to squiggle over, and then harvest off of the opposite side. And if you find some stragglers, just plop them over with their friends. And if you find bigger pieces of bedding or food, just do the same. So work systematically in layers and give the worms time to move over. Put down some fresh bedding. After about 2 weeks, feed on the harvested side. Give your worms time to move over, then harvest the other side. Add fresh bedding. Go through your castings and check for any stray worms. Add enough bedding material to replace the volume from when you originally made up the bin. And there you go, you've got castings. So what we've got is 100% homegrown fertilizer or food for your garden. Store it in a dry container, poke some holes, let some air circulate through there. When you're ready to use it, add it to your potting mix when you're doing your seedlings or any other potting up that you're doing. You can also put it directly into your garden, sprinkle a bit on your garden soil.
You may recall last spring when we started doing our seedling journey, we used some compost tea to fertilize those seedlings. Dilute the fertilizer by at least half or use less frequently.
This makes for a happy, happy garden. Thank you for joining us at the Brown Homestead and learning how to start your own worm bin. You can now be worm farmers. Congratulations. We'll see you soon.